was reminded of this text of one of the greatest preachers the Lord has given us throughout history, a man by the name of C.H. Spurgeon. And Spurgeon gave his life to so many things, but he poured his life into these next generation of preachers and really transformed an entire continent there in Europe for the gospel. And it's really my heart in this season of ministry to do the same. I praise God that even among our own staff team, we have 3 men right now that are preparing for ordination, that are preparing for a greater call into ministry. And so I'm giving my life to them and pouring into them weekly now. And Spurgeon, he would often walk along the campus and he would often sit by a tree and would discuss these theological truths with these students. Now, we don't have many trees here on the hill, so for us, instead of the shade of a tree, we choose air conditioning and Coke and Dr. Pepper and M&Ms. But all of these things the Lord uses, right? But Spurgeon was famous for often among his students just drawing up random text and then on the spot asking them to apply that text. And so one day he was reminiscing about Zacchaeus in Luke chapter 19, and he points to one of his students and says, "Apply this truth right now." And so the student on the fly began to tell the story of Zacchaeus. You remember Zacchaeus? He was a wee little man. A wee little man was he. So much so that he climbed up in a sycamore tree, for he desired the Lord to see. Well, the Lord came to Zacchaeus and said, "Zacchaeus, you what? You come down, for I'm going to your house today." And this student, within this moment, in front of one of the greatest preachers of all time, said, there's 3 things we can learn from this story in Luke chapter 19. Number 1, you ready for this? Jesus is big, I'm small. Zacchaeus was a wee little man, but yet Jesus came to him. Oh, may we be encouraged by this truth, that all of us in our life will think too much of ourselves, will give ourselves too much credit, will depend too much upon ourselves. No, it's with even the humility of life and time that we must remind ourselves that no, there is one that's above all. There is one that's king and supreme. There's one who is big, for we are small. He then said, secondly, that without Jesus, we're all up a tree. A lot of truth in that. Oh, so many times in my life, even 35 years of following the Lord, sometimes I just fall on my knees. God, I don't ever even want to think about where I'd be or what I would be doing without you. Without your grace in my life, without your truth in my life, without your love in my life, without the freeing liberation of your forgiveness in my life. Lord, without you, I'd be up a tree. Thirdly, he says, that Jesus changes everything. Here's what he said. He said, if Jesus thought enough of me to come down to heaven and die for me, then I can get down on this tree and live from him. I don't know what's going on in your week this week. I don't know what's going on in your life. But so many of us, even as Christ followers, we just stay in the tree. We just stay in our certain safe, predictable areas of life and rhythms of life. The Lord thought enough of us to come down from heaven to die for us. May we get out of the tree and live for him, even if it cost us everything.